YouTube family. Thanks for joining me for another episode. Coming to you from Ghetto Ascending in Love, because how else can we get there? All right, so I just wanted to come in today. Oh boy, it's rainy. My hair is wild. Woo! Anyway, I wanted to come in today and just make a little video on something that has been something that I've walked through that has been a big part of my walk for several years. And if I hadn't have had the information that I had, it would have probably been a lot more challenging. And so I thought, I should probably make a video about my experience so I can help others. So the video is titled Ascension Symptoms, because there are certain symptoms that are coming with the changes that are happening to us on a spiritual, which is like soul level, our physical level. We have a light body within us level. so many components of our being. And the main thing is to release the baggage and trauma that we've all carried. From my understanding, I'm coming to you on information that comes with walking in Christianity for my entire life, and then becoming working on my master's in Christian metaphysics to understand more of how the universe works and putting it together with the biblical text. And being in more of a life of just walking in spirituality and allowing God to be the one, Holy Spirit, that guides communication and understanding from what I've learned over all these years, and from these different texts and doctrines and the school that I have attended, and now combining it with my own experience of having a spiritual awakening around 2016, and my husband following that right away. So we have been very thankful to walk along the same path, that we've made changes together, which has been a blessing. So I can speak from, not only my own perspective, but for both of our perspectives, of things that have matched together in our own life along this journey. So I know it's just not something I'm carrying or something he's carrying, but something that is happening to both of us. So soon after 2016 spiritual awakening, where you just start, realizing that there's more, you start questioning everything. For us, we literally heard trumpets in the sky, to just, knowings, awareness, just Holy Spirit moving in a powerful way, really saying, get ready, get ready. At the time, it was all about getting ready for the rapture, the second coming, being ready for Jesus. And, we've learned more and more about how this was come to pass over, the last several years, which if you haven't, read the Third Testament with me that I am reading on this channel, I highly recommend it, because it will give you some insight into what I'm speaking of. But when we speak of ascension, many don't know that the earth is coming to a 26,000 year cycle, which means many things. Everything is a cycle on the earth. We're now coming to a 26,000 year culmination of a cycle on the earth. And we are moving up on the photon belt. The photon belt is light, and it changes the whole energy of the earth. So it really gives you an opportunity to just transcend your being, to come back into the light, as we have descended into darkness, as many call it the fall, or things that have had us felt like we were separate from God. We've never been separate from God, but had us feeling like we were separate from God. So, we went down this, dark journey, and Joshua, Jesus, was trying to help us to come back to the light by his example. This is how you must be to come back towards the light, preparing us for what would be a doorway at this time, when this time period would come. The earth would be just, she's blanketed in solar energy right now. So things that you can find out about scientifically are now occurring, which, I was walking through a lot of it without a lot of the scientific proof that's coming now, thankfully, so more can understand what's going on. But you can look into things like the Earth's human resonance, which is the heartbeat of the earth, but we're connected to the earth, so it affects us, how the solar energy affects us, how the cycle that we were so far from the proton belt, but now we're going back to the photon belt, so we were going to have all of this light that is just encasing the earth. And where you have any darkness left, this light is just pushing it like Drano. And there's really no way to not have some of that in you, because we've carried lifetimes of baggage along with whatever we've gone through in this current lifetime. And so, a wound in your inside can be much more difficult to remove than a physical wound. So you can recover from a physical wound, but what happens to you on an internal level can be much more difficult to heal. But it's the same thing as receiving a physical wound. It has to be addressed, it has to be healed, and a lot of times we don't do that. We just keep covering it up, don't want to look at it, don't think it's there. We don't see it bleeding, but it is bleeding inside. So all of these things just add things into our energy, add things into our body. We carry things, we're carrying things from our ancestors. It just goes on and on. So I will speak more about this in more videos, because I don't want to make this one too long. But I just want to say that right after the spiritual awakening started to happen, changes began in my body that were profound, which also were followed by my husband doing the same. We noticed right at first our diet started changing. Food was making us sick. That's when we cut out, a lot of probably the stuff we weren't supposed to be eating, along with sodas, went right out the door, things of that nature. At the same time, we just started being sick off things that we have eaten, our whole life, or drank our whole life. So, or at least since we could. But, and it went from that to, that was the first thing that we noticed. But as we began to seek God, and as we began to do all of these things, which were, praying and meditating and doing things that the Third Testament, had spoke of us doing, to the Bible speaking of you doing, just, helping ourselves to really recognize God within our life, and how God would have us, react and respond and be in this world. And the energy started coming into the earth, many say right around the area of 2012, but around 2017 it really started, the solar energy started to help with this process. So as those began to blanket in around 2017 area, things just continue to occur. And I will just go through some of the things that come to the top of my mind that between then and now have been experienced, by us. Serious, dizziness, all the way from just feeling like your head is a hot air balloon to all the way to the extent of where I can't even stand up and get to the bathroom if I needed to, because the room is just so from just the hot-headed balloon thing to that you're just floaty to total spin. Days where you feel like you've been through an earthquake, your body just can't get its equilibrium, it's just unbalanced, things are tipsy, so all of these went in sessions. There were times I would just see purple, things would purple out. So it was very intense in the beginning, these things, and then as the years have gone by, they've been different, as all those different things I've explained. So it was an intense, just almost blacking out purple to having these more lightness, or my equilibrium being off, or these kind of things, which grounding has helped significantly. I just want to say that connecting with the earth, putting your feet on the earth. You can keep your socks on, but there can't be rubber or plastic or anything between you or the earth, or asphalt. It has to be natural, but that will release the energy from your body, which helps significantly. If you haven't looked at the earthing movie or things on grounding, I highly suggest it, because it is so important. It has helped me tremendously. It helps with anxiety, it helps with extra things going on in the body. The earth will literally help keep the physical body healthy. So you're doing a two-part fold. You're bringing in God here, and you're bringing in the earth up here, and they work together in harmony to help you be healthy in body, mind, soul, and spirit. All comes together in one package. But we have had to make so many changes in our life, because our body would signal this isn't good for you anymore, from hygiene products to food products, you name it, many changes. We have had many lots of aches and pains. We both had numerous car accidents, but it's more of, whiplash and, different things of that nature. But everywhere we have had an injury, the energy affects it. So it seems like there is waves that come through, and as the waves come through, they can cause the stuff in your head. They can cause, your joints to flare up, or where you've had an old energy, it just really flares up. An old injury, should I say? It really flares up. So all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, I'm really feeling this back situation today, or whatever it may be. And so you go through spells of thumping. There will be thumping, like rhythmic thumping in your muscles, in your organs. They tremor, they flicker. You can feel energy rushing through the body, where it feels like your body is vibrating almost. Times I've had, I'm laying in bed and it feels like a semi is underneath my bed. It's just, but my physical, I can tell, really is not moving. It's inside of me. It's just moving and trembling. And so that happens very often. Feeling like energy, electric, is just, going all through the body. Sometimes I lay at night and I feel like, how am I supposed to sleep when I can feel every process that is going on in my body. I'm feeling my, it's just, this is twitching and that's twitching and this is going here and that's going here. It's like everything where it's going and what it's doing, I'm sensing it. So those things happen. We have significant thumpings, body parts that just move, like your eyelid, how it will twitch, but it'll be different body parts, different muscles, and it can happen for days. These things will happen, and you will have bouts of nausea. You will be completely drained of energy. Another significant thing is thinking that, I have blood sugar issues, and going through much blood testing and doing things, changing my diet, this and that, I realized it was coming in spells. It's though these waves will cause me to feel like that part of me is off, or, I'm trying to eat something or do something to balance out my sugar. So it's though the body doesn't understand what is happening to it, what it's receiving from this energy. That there's a new energy here and that the body is changing and all of these things, but the body has no idea that this is happening. It just does what it does, which is, I'm feeling this, I'm sensing this, how do I help it, how do I change it, what do I do to accommodate the body? So I think sometimes it says, okay, I'm hungry, or I'm tired, or I'm this, I'm that, just trying to help figure out how it can help what it's feeling. And so as you begin to start sensing your body, and then you'll realize a lot of these things come and go. I mean, I've had so many things that if I really didn't know what was going on, would have me lined up in the doctor's office all the time. But in the same sense, as I've trusted God with my health, and I've understood that these things are happening with my body, I've stayed out of the doctor more than I ever have. And when I say that, I mean, I have medical records this thick. I mean, books, medical records, whole lifetime of stuff that I have dealt with, many medications. And through this journey, I've become medication free, along with the fact, though, that I experience the Ascension process. And I thought, well, maybe it was the stuff I had dealt with in my health journey, but my husband experiences the same thing, and he doesn't have any health issues. He's never taken any medication. He's older than I am, and he's never thank God. I just want to say thank God. So it's funny because I'm going through something, and then I mention it, and he's like, oh, I've been going through that for the last 2 days, or vice versa. So we kind of now can go off each other and be like, oh, you got this right now? And yeah, I've got this right now, because it gives you that piece of, this isn't just me. Is there something going on with my blood sugar, my blood pressure, am I falling apart? Because sometimes it feels like it. Sometimes so many symptoms come in. I'm dizzy, my joints are aching, I'm emotional, I can't sleep, which I love sleep. I used to be just an 10 hour sleeper, and now that is just becoming just a memory. So, But then sometimes I'm very tired. But more now, I'm getting more. It's just an energized effect. There's a quickening that's now currently happening, so you can feel like you're going really fast on the inside. So that is good, where you can meditate and ground and bring your energy back into the body and calm it down, because your nervous system is processing all of this. And so there has been so many things, like I say, that would have drove me to multiple more tests, taking medication, going down the scary journal of the internet of how many symptoms I could check to find the worst possible thing could be wrong. But turning away from all of that, and then, initially I was checking into it, and then I could see, there was nothing wrong, there was nothing wrong, there was nothing wrong. And then I begin to get my own guidance. There is nothing wrong. Your nervous system is changing, your body is changing. It has to, your DNA is being activated by the solar, the sun energy that's coming in, because we have to come back to who we originally were made to be by God. Our DNA has 2 strands activated, and they call the rest junk. The rest is not junk. The rest is being activated so that we can bring forth the spiritual gifts within ourselves. We're able to do everything Jesus did. We're able to be just like him, and that's the whole reasoning for the energies, for everything that is happening on the earth, is because she wants to be a higher version of herself on this planet, and she's bringing us with her to be a higher version of ourselves. So it's a special time. It's the second coming of the Christ within us all. We are to birth this within ourselves so we can be the Jesus of this time within us. We are that example wherever we go, but it takes you truly going through a transition so that your body can vibrate at this high level and produce a positive energy. And through that, it has to recalibrate so many things. So yes, I would suggest listening to your body, taking time to see that these things come and go. Yes, if something just continues, I'm not saying turn away from your doctors or your medicine, but if something continues and it's just continuing and never lets up, it's gone on for a long period of time, you just can't deal with it anymore. But a lot of these things that I'm talking about are, you get a week here, a week there, and they can repeat, but there'll be months in between. So, you're just going through another cycle, and then something may add on that's new, and then you may not ever have it again. And I have had so many major things that have just resolved. And through them resolving, I've actually been healed of things that I've had for a lifetime. That's the wild part, is that through these symptoms, I'm being healed of things that were there previously. So that could give you much hope and peace and all of that great stuff. But I just want to say that this is very normal, but sleep, listening to your body, what it needs to eat. It's funny because all of a sudden I was guided to eat all this protein, which was wild. Like a lot of chicken, eggs, and peanut butter. It's been really put into my diet. It's just interesting. But I just listen to my body. Of course, I don't go and, eat a bunch of processed foods and sugar out and all of that. So yes, I'm, but on the other tip, I'm just kind of saying, body, what do you want? Because it's trying to adjust, but you want to keep all of the artificial out, all the chemicals out as much as you can. Just watch that as much as you can. And then of course, anything that's going to drop your vibration when it comes to if you're drinking on a daily basis, or even medication can lower your vibration. I started noticing that as I was pulling back from some of my medication and my vibration was raising, the medicine would actually make me feel some of the symptoms more than it was resolving the symptoms. So I thought that was very interesting, but that helped me to get off of them. So that was nice. But I would suggest self-care and, grounding, huge. And of course, just asking God to help you along this journey and help you process these energies. Getting sunshine. Sunshine's important. Maybe not just blasting yourself out with it, but even if you just go outside in the shade where the sun can come through the trees, getting a regular dose of sunshine, grounding. Nature is excellent because it calms the nervous system, and it's about the closest that you can get to God's energy, and will move through you. But I just want to tell everyone, the more you stay out of fear and anxiety, it will help you so much, because I have dealt with anxiety my entire life. And when your mind catches a hold of, oh my gosh, what could this be? Is this a problem? Do I need to go get some help? It just takes you down that path. When you just say, no, God is my healer, my protector, he's got this. This is just another symptom so my body can become better. But you're also walking in ways that help you be better. So I'm eating better, I'm thinking better. Thinking better is so key. So, you're thinking better. You're thinking, I am so thankful I'm healthy. I'm thankful I am one with the health of God within. God supplies, my health. You're thinking this all the time. Anytime your mind goes to anything other of, the illusion of I'm sick, because God is only perfect health, the illusion of any of these things that is not what you want to choose, just cancel it. Say, I cancel that thought. I do not choose that. I choose health. I choose, that God is going to take care of me. Because it's really just overrunning the mind. It's overrunning that part of you that leads you into those occurrences. So keeping your vibration high, though, what you're putting in, laughing every day can help so much. Sometimes when the energy is coming in and it feels so heavy, and almost sometimes it can give me anxiety, or I feel like it's springing on anxiety or a heaviness. But when I go and laugh, I say, hey, let's turn on a funny movie or watch something that, lifts us up. And then when we do, it's like, then the energy is helping me. It's lifting me up. Oh, this energy feels great now. So the energy's high. And then if I'm not matching it, it feels, more than what I want to deal with. It doesn't feel very comforting. As I raise myself up, it's like, oh, this energy feels great. And sometimes I just feel this, energy of bliss, which is just amazing, when you're lifting up to meet it. So the energy coming in is all loving, all positive. And when you're in negativity within your thoughts, words, or actions, or you're putting low vibration in what you're watching or what you're eating, it will just make this process harder. Sometimes I go and I'm putting something in and I hear, do you want to purge that? You've worked so hard on purging things and removing things from your being. Do you want to put that back in? And I'm even talking about emotional baggage. Don't let yourself get too far into it. Feel an emotion and then understand why you're feeling the emotion. Love yourself through that. Bring it back. And then don't carry that into where it is stored into your body. Your energy, everything is storing in your body. So this energy coming in is removing this all out. And so the whole thing is it will remove the old, like Drano. You pour in Drano and you have all these clogs. So the negative energy, the baggage, it's clogs. So it comes in, and when it's filling those clogs, it's like, and it's pulling on you, and it's doing all these things. It doesn't feel very comfortable. But once you remove this stuff, it's free flowing, and then it feels good. And then light is filling those areas of stuff that you removed. So it's like a pocket of darkness goes out, pocket of light comes in. So you're just feeling the symptoms of that. But it's also about doing your work to just connect with God and stilling the mind, and and just telling God you would like for His will to be done in you to help you process these energies. But the main thing is, do not get scared. Do not let your mind wander, because the more you give your physicality, your mind, your any of these things to God, and you truly believe that, it makes all the difference, because God is just waiting for you to give your free will to say, God, I trust you and I put this in your hands. I know that you are bigger than all of these technologies and medicines and this and that man has brought out. I've even been instructed that my vibration, can overrun pretty much any of the viruses, the sickness, anything. It's all very low. It's been made in a very low negative energy. So if you start studying metaphysics and you understand about vibration and energy and frequency, which is super important, because all we are is energy and we vibrate. So if you understand that, then you can map it all together, that you want to keep that energy high. So if everything, the stuff you don't want, is down here on a 2 and you're up here on a 5, then it's just not even going to bother you. That cold flying around between people, it's going to stay down here. And any other thing that's going on within you, if it comes in, will usually resolve itself within a short period of time. Just because you are, your organs and everything, they're more like an orchestra. They're vibrating this beautiful symphony versus clanging gongs and, just racket that's causing disturbances within your being, within your structure. So bringing your thoughts in harmony with God and doing things that can lift your vibration, which laughter is number one, because when you laugh, it vibrates the negative energy. So let's just say you've taken in a lot at your job today or with your kids or, multiple things, and that energy's just been coming in. When you laugh, it shakes it and vibrates it. If anyone has seen sand vibrate on a speaker when you turn on the music, it's that energy. It's bringing it out. It's getting it out. So it's like a cleansing, a flushing. So laugh. Get you at least one good belly laugh in a day. We even watch baby videos. I mean, those are always awesome. Pet videos. Those are great. So laugh, ground, go in nature. Make sure you're putting good substances in your body. Definitely keep your thoughts positive and loving. That they're coming out with, the thoughts of fruit: love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. You can add on some more good ones to that. But just keep your thoughts within the fruit so you can be in harmony with God and you can be in that energy, because this energy is continuing to get more intense by the day. It every year has gotten more intense and more intense. But as I'm doing my work and as I'm doing the things I'm mentioning to you, it's been easier to walk through, and definitely not being in fear. So I just wanted to share that. I will share more in other videos, but I just wanted to start today because as I continue to go through things, some that are very odd, I said, I really got to share this stuff with people and just tell them that, they're not sick. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just their body changing. And if anyone who reads the Bible remembers being changed in the twinkling of an eye, well, we are being changed in the twinkling of an eye, because this lifetime is like that. And that is what is happening to us. We're finally being changed into the original beings God created us to be. We're rising back into the light. So, we can fulfill his purpose and plan for us. And we all can ascend to, a higher energy and higher place on this earth. And she can be the Eden that she was made to be. And it, be a wonderful thing for all. So I just encourage you all to just have peace in it all. Go to God. Know that this is happening, and it's happening to many people. I've even seen some articles that said, you're not dying. This is Ascension. Because really, I hear stories all the time of people going in for so many tests and doing so many things, and there's just absolutely nothing wrong with them because they can't test your vibration. They're starting to get more things now that are able to, see more of these things within the body, but your energy, your vibration, your frequency, so many things, it's difficult to know what's going on. So I just want to encourage you all to just have peace in it and know that you are not alone, that many are experiencing these things. It can even be fluctuations in your blood pressure, your blood sugar, but just give it some time. Like I said, if you can't live with it, absolutely not. It's just that terrible, do what you need to do. But I would encourage you all to trust God in this process and just have that faith and know that God's got us all and he has the best plans for us all, and that we are truly going through a significant change that is not easy, but very doable with God, that is. So I love you all, and I'll be coming on with more videos. I hope you'll join me for reading the Third Testament, because it's just, really great material. And I'll be bringing all different kinds of things to share with you to hopefully help you along this journey. So I hope you will like and subscribe to the channel so more people can get this information. We really appreciate your your getting this out there. All right. Thank you. Your report. You're reporting to others. Thank you. God bless.